The for loop. Perhaps one so we will discuss about for loop in this section. Perhaps one reason why few programmers use while is that they are too busy using for. So very few programmers use while loop because the for loop is more useful or attractive for programmers. So one reason why few programmers use while is that they are too busy using for loop. The for allows us to specify three things about a loop in a single line. So for loop is allowing us to specify three things about a loop in a single line. A is setting a loop counter to initial value first. Then B is testing the loop counter to determine whether its value has reached number of repetitions desired. So first it is setting a loop counter to initial value. So it sets loop counter to initial value. Then B is testing the loop counter to determine whether its value has reached the number of repetitions desired. That means up to 5 times, up to 6 times. Is that is that reached? That means whether its value has reached the number of repetitions desired. That means up to 6, up to 7, etc. C. Increasing the value of loop counter each time the program segment within loop has been executed. So it increases the value of loop counter each time the program segment has been executed. The general form of for statement is as under: for initial counter, then test counter, increment counter. So this is general form. First is initialize counter, then so that means from 0 or from where to start. Then test counter, that means up to what extent it should go. And then increment counter means plus plus, that means increase or decrease, etc. And then in parenthesis we write do this and this and this. That means we write statements. Let us write down the simple interest program using for. Compare this program with one which we wrote using while. So here we are writing a program and comparing this program with one we wrote using while. The flowchart is also given below for better understanding. So first is we start. So this is flowchart for a program in which we are using for loop. So this is program for simple interest for three sets of P, N and R. So first we are writing start, then count is equal to 1, then count is equal to count plus 1, then is count is less than or equal to 3. So that means so count is 1, that means initially count is 1. Now count is equal to count plus 1. So that is repeated after this. So first is count is initially 1, and that means we are starting from 1. Now arrow is pointing toward is count is less than or equal to 3. So if count is less than or equal to 3, if it is no, then we are stopping program, and if it is yes, then we are taking input P and R. Then arrow is pointing towards simple interest formula, that is SI is equal to P star N star R divided by 100. Now we are printing simple interest SI, and then again we are going to count is equal to count plus 1. Now again we are checking is count is less than or equal to 3, and again we are calculating simple interest and printing simple interest. And if it is not less than or equal to 3, then we are stopping the program. Now calculation of simple interest for three sets P of P, N and R. So first is main, so it is used in every program. So int P comma N comma count, so these are integers. P, N and count are integers. Now float is R comma SI, that means R and SI are float. For then we apply for loop. Count is equal to 1, count is less than or equal to 3, then count is equal to count plus 1. Now loop starts. Printf enter value of p, n and r. So here we are taking values. uh, Here we are asking user to enter values. Now scanf %d %d %f, that means we are scanning those values which we have entered. So %d %d and %f. %d is used because it is a integer value, and %f is used because it is a float value. Now ampersand p ampersand n ampersand r. Now simple interest is equal to p star n star r divided by 100. So this is formula for simple interest. Now printf simple interest is equal to rupees %f slash n is for next line, comma si. So si was simple interest. Now at the place of %f, simple interest, that is si, will be written. So output will be simple interest is equal to si. So it will be written up to count is less than or equal to 3.